Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we will study a chapter of class 6, the mathematics. But before starting the chapter, let's look at these images first. So in the first image, you can see a number 1025 that is written above the sea level. And here is another number that is minus 155 that is written below the sea level. And the next image is of a person who had a profit of 500 rupees and a loss of rupees 100. So we can say that loss number can be written in a negative form, or a profit number can also be written in a positive form like in the first image. So have you ever thought what all these numbers are, which are positive and negative? So today we will talk about a chapter of class 6, that is integers. An integer is a combination of positive and negative numbers which include 0 also. So first we will talk about whole numbers. You have already heard about whole numbers. Whole numbers are those numbers which include 0 and all natural numbers, and it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Negative numbers are the numbers with a negative sign and which lies to the left of 0 on the number line are called negative numbers. So you can see the negative numbers on the number line here, and the numbers with a positive sign and which lies to the right of 0 on the number line are called the positive numbers. Now, introduction to 0. A 0 is nothing but just the absence of a value. Number line is a collection of all positive and negative numbers, and including 0, these are numbers which are called integers. So we can represent the integers on the number line by drawing a number line like this. It is shown below. That is a number line. You can draw a line and mark a point O0 on it, and points marked to the left hand side, that will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on. You can write it as you wish. That are negative integers, and the points that mark to the right hand side, that are the positive integers. Here you will be able to perform a proper number line. Absolute value of an integer. An absolute value of an integer is a numerical value of that integer which, considering its sign, if an absolute value of minus 7 will be 7 and the absolute value of plus 7 will also be 7. Now ordering integers on a number line, the numbers increases as we move towards the right and the number decreases when we move towards left. So this is how we order the numbers in integers. Hence the order of integers are written as minus 4, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Therefore we can say minus 3 is less than minus 2, minus 2 is less than minus 1, minus 1 is less than 0, 0 is less than 1, 1 is less than 2 and 2 is less than 3 and so on. A number which is closer to 0 is a greater number in an integer. You have to keep this in your mind. Okay, next is addition of integers. Positive integer plus negative integer will give you a negative integer. Always remember this, a number that is positive and a number that is negative. When we add the two integers positive and negative, we get a negative integer. So here are some examples for you. And the when we add positive integers plus negative integer, we will get a negative integer, and we add positive integer plus positive integer, we will get a positive integer as a result. Okay, negative integer plus negative integer. When we add two negative integers, we will get an answer of negative integers. Okay. Now, properties of addition and subtraction of integers. So, first property is of addition, second is subtraction, third is multiplication, and fourth is division. The subtraction of an integer from another integer is same as the addition of integer and its additive inverse. Example, when you add 56 minus 73, that is in bracket, this will give you 56 plus 73, that is 129. And in the second example, you can see 14 minus and 8 is written in the bracket, you will get 6. So next property of addition and subtraction on integers are closure under addition, That means if you add any two integers or you subtract any two integers, the answer will always be an integer number. Second is commutative property. Commutative property says that when you interchange the position of the integer, if you say a plus b, you will get the same answer which you get from b plus a. That means if you take an example of this, you can say if you add 2 plus 3, you will get 5, and if you add 3 plus 2, you will get 5 only. Next is associative of addition. If you add a plus b plus c, or if you can interchange the brackets, you will get the same answer. Next is additive identity. Additive identity is 0 because adding 0 to a number leaves it unchanged. So the number will get its identity when you add 0 to it. Means when you add nothing to it. So a plus 0 will always give you 0 plus a, that is a. That a is that integer only. Next is multiplication integers. When you multiply the integers, product of a negative integer and a positive integer is always a negative integer, and product of two negative integers is always a positive integer, and product of even numbers of integers is positive, and product of an odd number of negative integers is negative. Now, properties of multiplication of integers under closure, commutative and associative. We say that when we multiply two integers, we will get an integer as a result. For any integers a and b, when we multiply a into b, we will get the same answer which we get from b into a. Now, associative of multiplication. For any two integers, we say if we multiply a into b into c, and if we interchange the brackets, we will get the same answer. Distributive property of integers. Under addition and multiplications, integers show the distributive property. For any integers a, b and c, when we do a multiplied with b plus c or b multiplied with b plus a multiplied with c, we will get the same answer. If we break the number in two different numbers, we will get the same answer. Multiplication by 0. When we multiply any number with 0, we will get 0 as our result. Multiplicative identity. One is the multiplicative identity for integers. So when you multiplied 1 to any number or in any integer, you will get that number only. That is the identity of that number. Next is dividing integers. Division of integers. When you divide positive integer with negative integer or negative integer with positive integer, the quotient obtained is always a negative integer. And when you divide positive integer and positive integer or negative integer with a negative integer, the quotient you obtained will always be a positive integer. You have to keep this in your mind. When you divide two integers that had different sign, positive and negative, you will get a negative answer. And when you had positive with positive division and negative with negative, you will get a positive integer. Next, properties of division of integers. For any integer a, when divided by 0, it is not defined, but when you divide it with 1, you will get that number only. That integer will be 0. Integers are not closed under division. Examples: minus 9 divided by minus 3 will give you 3 as a result as an integer, but if you divide minus 3 with minus 9, you will get third. If you do division with minus 3 divided by minus 9, you can write it minus 3 minus 10. This will give you 13, and the answer is 0.33, which is not an integer number.